Hi everyone and welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm so excited to share with you the perfect side dish for your dinner party. I'm going to teach you how to make my crispy Greek-styled roasted potatoes. These are going to be very thinly sliced potatoes. My favorite thing to bake these potatoes in is a cast iron skillet because it retains the heat beautifully and makes them extra crisp on the bottom and on the top. If you don't have a cast iron pan, go ahead and bake this in a pie dish, any round baking dish that's between 9 to 10 inches. Now, the hardest part of this recipe, or I should say the part that takes the longest, is peeling these potatoes and slicing them very, very thin. You can slice them with a mandolin or you can slice them by hand with a knife. My family prefers these peeled, so I peeled them, but if your family likes the skin on, then just leave the skin on and that's going to make it even quicker. The second part of this that takes just a little bit longer is the baking time, but basically you just peel these, slice these, the marinade comes together in no time. The prep work is probably maybe 15 minutes. You pop it in the oven anywhere between 1.5 to 2 hours, and you're gonna have such a delicious side dish that your guests are gonna love. It goes perfect with lamb or roast chicken, really anything. So let's go over the ingredients and then we're gonna get started. For this recipe, we're gonna need some olive oil, some melted unsalted butter, dried oregano, freshly squeezed lemon juice, some feta cheese. You could use some red onion or some shallots, some salt, black pepper, very finely sliced russet potatoes or your favorite baking potato, and some garlic cloves. Once you peel your potatoes and you slice them, make sure that your oven is preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Go ahead and arrange the potato slices in a circular manner. Start with the potato slices leaning a little bit, and then as you fill the pan, they're gonna start to stand up a little bit straighter. Go ahead and get them as best as you can into the shape of a spiral. Slice the onions or shallots, you could use any one of those for this recipe, and just put them in between in random spots between the potatoes. Combine the melted butter, the olive oil, the lemon juice, and the grated garlic in a mixing bowl. Whisk it all together with some dried oregano, and then just pour it on top of your potatoes. Make sure you season them well with some salt and pepper. Potatoes love salt, they need it, they don't have a lot of flavor. Then go ahead and pop this in the oven and let it bake uncovered for 1 hour and 20 minutes. After that time passes, take it out and go ahead and crumble the feta on top. Try to stick it in the little nooks and crannies and the empty spaces. Then put it back in the oven and let it bake for another 15 to 20 minutes or until the potatoes are nice and tender on the inside and they're beautifully crisp on top. The feta will melt and it's just going to be delicious. Now this can go from oven straight to the table. It's nice served hot or at room temperature. Now it's time to give this a taste. I want to make sure I get a nice crispy bit, a piece of feta cheese, and maybe if I can get an onion too. I didn't think of it, but you guys can sprinkle some olives on top of this too. The options are endless, but this basic recipe, so delicious. The potatoes are so soft on the inside. They're so crisp on the outside. The onion gives it that hint of sweetness. The feta cheese is oh so creamy. If you want to keep this vegan, go ahead and leave the feta cheese out. It's still so loaded with flavor because that marinade, that garlic and the lemon juice just infuses throughout the potatoes, and it tastes fabulous. I think you guys are going to love this recipe. You can go on over to the website and print this out at www.dimitrasdishes.com. The recipe with the instructions and all the exact measurements is also underneath each video in the description box down below. If you guys have not already purchased my brunch cookbook, go ahead and grab a copy of that either as an ebook on my website or on Amazon. You can go ahead and get that paperback in the States and I believe in England. Thank you all so much for spending time with me today. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below and I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.